Property investing is one thing, property renovations is a whole other level. In this video, I'm going to share all the details about my first renovation project. The purchase price, the legal and estate agent fees, the renovation costs, how long it took from start to finish, and how much I sold it for. Hi, I'm Andy Walker from Monoperty.com, where I blog online about my journey as a property investor and landlord, sharing what works for me and what doesn't to help you start or expand your property portfolio. First of all, let me set the scene. Before I bought this property, I'd been an investor and landlord for over 8 years. But my experience had been limited to properties that didn't require any work. When I retired from the army, my dream was to buy a property to renovate and flip, to buy, add value and then sell. I'd watched a lot of TV programmes that had inspired me, and as part of my resettlement process from leaving the MOD, I trained and received qualifications as an electrician for domestic electrical installations. I also completed a couple of plumbing courses, a kitchen fitting course, and I learnt to plaster and tile as well. I was good to go. After days of research in a specific area, and after several weeks of property viewings, I decided to buy this bungalow in Southampton. It was located 20 minutes from where I lived, and research had told me that bungalows in good condition were in demand. It didn't have any structural problems, it was vacant and it just needed updating, with a new kitchen, new bathroom, new boiler and redecorating throughout. And the electrics were in good condition, I just needed to add a few more sockets to the kitchen. The purchase price was $143,500. I put down a 20% deposit of $28,700 and took out a mortgage for $114,800. I allocated $10,000 for the renovation costs and 3 months to complete the work. I purchased the property in April 2013 and aimed to have the property back on the market by the beginning of July. Expected value after the renovation was around $180,000 to $185,000. So my expenses were as follows. Purchase costs of $2,800, including stamp duty and legal fees. I estimated that I would need 7 months of mortgage payments of approximately $3,500, renovation costs of $10,000, and selling fees were going to be $6,500, including estate agent fees, mortgage redemption fees, and legal fees. That gave a total expenses of $22,800, and when you add that to the purchase price, I was all in for $166,300. When you deduct that from the $185,000, because I was optimistic and I was looking at the top end sale, I was looking at a profit of around $18,700. Not bad for 3 months' work. Well, it didn't quite work out like that, and there are 3 lessons that I learned that I'd like to share with you at the end of this video. Ripping everything out was the fun part, and of course, putting it all back together again was the hard part. I was working 16 hours a day on some days, and after 6 weeks I stepped back and realised I wasn't going to meet my 3-month deadline. Also, in all honesty, the quality of my installation work wasn't that good. Although I obtained knowledge on trade skills, I lacked experience, and I wanted this property to look its best. So I found tradesmen and they completed the work much more quickly and to a better standard than I could have done. Because of this, and because I underestimated the amount of some of the materials I needed, the project took an extra month and I had to add an extra $5,000 to the budget. It went on the market at the beginning of August when a lot of people are on their summer holidays. It was September before I started to receive any offers, and those offers were low. It was the beginning of October when I received an offer that I was willing to accept. And that offer was for $177,500. $7,500 less than I'd aimed for. So when you deduct the purchase price, the purchase fees, the refurbishment costs, the mortgage costs, which had now increased, The selling expenses, I was left with £4,420. So the first thing I learnt is employ professionals. Don't try and do it all yourself. I initially thought I would save money by doing all the work myself, when actually it ended up costing me money. Having some skills and knowledge was useful when obtaining quotes, and also learnt a lot by talking to the tradesmen and seeing them work. The next point overlooked is how long it can take to sell a property when there's a chain involved. The people buying the bungalow had a property to sell, and if my memory serves me right, there were 4 other properties or people in that chain. As each month passed, it cost me another mortgage payment, which chipped away at my profit. I completed the sale of the property at the end of February 2014. That was 11 months from start to finish, which increased my planned mortgage payments by an extra £1,780. So think about who you're marketing to and consider all factors. There was a high chance that I was going to be selling this property to an older couple who were looking to downsize and had something to sell, as opposed to a young couple who were looking for their first home and didn't have anything to sell and would have been able to move more quickly. Also, I gave the property a basic finish. Magnolia walls and beige carpets. Looking back, I should have added some colour and given it a more homely feel. I think that would have helped with the speed of the sale and maybe even the price. And finally, my options were limited because bungalows are not that popular for rentals. Had this been a house in a good rental location, I could have decided to look for tenants within a predetermined time if the property hadn't sold. So have a plan B. I was seriously considering letting this property if I hadn't found a buyer by the end of October, and I'd have probably struggled to find tenants. So have a plan B before you decide to buy. All told, it was a great learning curve, and I applied everything I learned in my next project, which I'll cover in another video. I was lucky enough to be able to give it a go and to walk away with a profit. It could have been a lot worse. Let me know if you have any questions by leaving a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Please like and share this video if you found it useful, and definitely subscribe if it's your first time visiting this channel so you won't miss any of my future videos, which will all be geared towards helping you start or improve your property business. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. I can't believe I'm doing this.